Happening now, more on Jamestown's decision to let parents decide if kids should go trick-or-treating this Halloween. Plus, what changes are coming to some area schools and the children's class schedule.
A live look over downtown Jamestown. We got sunny skies out there. We have some rain and wind on the way. I'll tell you about it coming up. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Jamestown City Council plans to leave whether children go trick-or-treating this Halloween up to parents. The lawmaking body agreed during a discussion last night to not set hours for the Halloween activity. Instead, the council says it will be up to residents as to whether or not they will pass candy to the community's population of ghouls, ghosts, superheroes, and princesses. However, Council President Tony Dulce discouraged holding large social gatherings this Halloween and says he's not personally encouraging parents to take children door-to-door trick-or-treating. Dulce adds that residents should turn their front lights off if they do not wish to participate in the holiday.
We don't want our residents to feel as if they're obligated to participate by turning the light on, answering the door, and having people come up to their doors and the porches and so forth. So again, use judgment. This isn't going away right now, and it's been spiking up again. And we want to do our best to try to keep this down. Our kids still aren't in school full time, and other activities have been either postponed or severely restricted, and so unfortunately this is another example of that.
Jamestown leaders previously discussed not sanctioning the activity because of COVID-19 concerns. Last month, New York's governor announced that the state would not impose restrictions on the Halloween holiday. Earlier this year, city officials canceled the annual Halloween Fun Fest at Allen Park due to financial strains and COVID-19 gathering restrictions. While saying there's a big differences between Erie County and Chautauqua County, Executive P.J. Wendell acknowledged it may be time to track and report COVID-19 on a county-by-county basis instead of regionally here in New York State. Wendell says Chautauqua County can open more businesses if the states looked at the pandemic on a county-by-county level. He says much of the county has been open at some level since June, and that the county, when compared against Erie County, could increase restaurant capacity, open movie theaters, and other similar businesses.
Cattaraugus, Allegheny, and Chautauqua, started asking about that. A lot of concern was brought by the governor's office, and we've reached out even, to our friends in the north in Niagara County. They're not, we're not Erie County. Erie County is Buffalo's the largest city outside of New York.
Yeah.
So again, my concern moving forward. Could we look at this in counties from here on? Yes, I think that's what would be, appropriate. Monitoring our county, watching it closely, and looking to move forward.
Now, yesterday, the governor announced that he will be taking over COVID-19 enforcement because local governments have not stepped up, in his opinion. Later this week, Wendell and Chautauqua County Sheriff Jim Quattrone are slated to hold a press conference providing an update on the enforcing rules. We'll cover that live here on WNYNewsNow.com. Well, President Trump is home from the hospital after a long weekend following his COVID-19 diagnosis. Now, the White House medical team will monitor him, who, according to his physician, is not out of the woods yet. Vivian Samala is in Washington with the latest. Vivian?
President Trump returned to the White House yesterday evening after receiving treatment at the Walter Reed Medical Center for coronavirus. Now, several of his top aides have tested positive for coronavirus, including Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany. So it remains to be seen exactly how much the White House is going to function in the coming days. President Trump, of course, remaining defiant through it all. Yesterday, in a very theatrical return to the White House, he ripped off his mask and gave a thumbs up to the camera before actually recording a statement and taking to Twitter, telling people not to panic and not to let the coronavirus rule their lives. He did not make mention of the 210,000 Americans who have so far lost their lives as a result of this virus. Instead, President Trump actually telling his supporters that he intends to return to the campaign trail very soon. However, his doctors are not so optimistic about that, saying that the president remains contagious and he needs to be careful. So whether or not the president will be able to engage and actually return to normal right away remains to be seen. I'm Vivian Salama in Washington.
Vivian, thank you for your report. An administration spokesperson at the White House says that they've established a robust contact tracing program led by their medical unit to track cases. They say a CDC epidemiologist has been detailed there since March and is continuing to assist. Well, Jamestown Public Schools is expanding its in-person learning to Fridays for some of its students. School officials announced yesterday students who currently attend in-person classes will now also attend in-person classes on Fridays starting on October 23rd. This includes elementary students who currently attend either morning or afternoons, students in grades 5 through 9 who attend only Monday and Wednesdays, students in grades 5 through 9 who attend only Tuesdays and Thursdays, and students in all grades who currently attend full days Monday through Thursday for specialized instruction. School leaders say the buildings will continue to be cleaned throughout the day and between elementary sessions, as well as disinfected nightly per CDC guidelines. Bus transportation will also continue to be provided for students who request it, including Fridays now. Students who currently only attend by distance learning, like high school students, will continue to stay on that schedule. The district is asking the community to review its safety plans online at jpsny.org/safety plan for more information. Well, we thank you for joining us here for WNY News Now on this Tuesday. Hopefully everyone is having a good day. Let's check in with the comments and say hello to Lisa. Good to see Pam, John, Cindy, Charles, Joseph, and Melissa as well. Happy Tuesday to all of you. Let's now switch gears and get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter has the day off, so our friend Andrew Stevenson joins us live now. Hey Andrew, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Justin. Happy Tuesday, everyone out there. Let's take a look at the almanac for yesterday. We reached a high of 55 degrees yesterday to average 63, so just below average. Record of 86 degrees. Nowhere near that yesterday, and we're not going to be anywhere near that anytime soon. Taking a look at the low temperatures last night, 38 degrees in Jamestown, 36 in Olean, 46 in Erie, 42 degrees out in Dunkard. It was a little warmer towards the lakeshore, and 41 out there in Wellsville. This afternoon, we got plenty of sunshine out there to go around. Lots of sunshine. It will be a bit warmer. The wind's going to begin to pick up this afternoon as a system approaches heading into tonight into tomorrow. 62 in the hills, 68 in the lakeshore, and I will tell you how much rain and how windy it's going to get, and we have a big warm-up coming for this weekend. I'll tell you about that coming up in just a couple of moments. Justin, back to you.
All right, Andrew. I'm looking forward to that warm-up, so hopefully you'll have some great news in regards to that. Thank you. Well, New York State health officials expect an increase in COVID infection rates as winter approaches. Governor Andrew Cuomo, during a briefing yesterday, says he is wary of this fall season ahead, too.
Other states up, other countries up. That in and of itself is a complicating factor, because New York State is not hermetically sealed. We put a quarantine in effect. I know, but people still drive in. It's still water through a screen. People are still coming in on flights, international flights. People in Texas are coming in. People in California are coming in. People in New Jersey are coming in. So that's an added problem for us.
The governor mandated the closure of all New York City schools yesterday due to infection outbreaks. And he says that the state will now be taking over COVID regulation enforcement in hotspots, citing that many local governments are still doing a poor job of enforcing the rules there. The governor took some flack for his decision not to wear a mask during that press conference. Cuomo and 5 of his aides didn't wear a mask while addressing reporters in the room, and his office has said that they are maintaining 6 feet of social distancing there. But pictures posted on social media show journalists wearing their masks sitting close to one another in a relatively tight space. Well, 2 people and a man in his 50s, a woman in her 80s, died over the weekend as a result of COVID-19 infection in our community. According to Chautauqua County health officials, there are now 51 active cases that continue to recover under orders of isolation, including 23 new cases, which were reported from Saturday to Monday, including 5 here in Jamestown. There are nearly 300 people under quarantine or isolation orders by the public health director. And since the outbreak began, 635 people have recovered from COVID-19, with now 12 deaths reported. Coming up next, why a new poll says more Americans are likely to not wear face coverings. But first, some good news for City of Jamestown employees. That story and a lot more as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
As a former county executive, I know exactly the challenges and opportunities that we have here in Chautauqua County. That's why I'm very proud to support PJ Wendell for county executive. His knowledge, his experience, and his leadership are exactly what we need at this moment in time. I would ask you all to please support PJ Wendell for county executive.
Wendell has the experience, he's got the leadership, and he's got the knowledge and ability.
One of the most important characteristics of a successful county executive is being able to surround themselves with the right people for the right situation. And that is exactly what PJ Wendell has done. Having direct experience in county government is absolutely critical, and no one should start out as county executive with having no experience at all with county government. So PJ Wendell brings that experience both as a long-term legislator and a former chairman of the legislature. He has my 100% support.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
For the past 9 years, I've been a prosecutor right here in Chautauqua County, fighting to keep this community safe. My family lives here with me in Fredonia, and I grew up in Sherman, New York. Fighting to make sure that these communities stay safe is so very important to me. We have the highest caseload of any county in this state, and as your district attorney, I'm dedicated to making sure that each case gets handled the right way for not only the victims, but for the people that live in this county. I'm fully invested in this community, and I'm fully invested in this community's future. Vote Patrick Swanson for Chautauqua County District Attorney.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And welcome back. No additional City of Jamestown employees will need to be laid off during the rest of the year, despite several cuts made in various department heads here. Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist made that announcement during last night's City Council work session. He says that the news comes despite an ongoing and expected cut in aid from New York State. The mayor explains that the news wouldn't be possible without the work of several officials and entities here locally.
I want to say great job to the council for doing that. Great job to our comptroller, as well as our former comptroller, Joe Melito, as well as the finance committee. We've made it so that we don't have to lay off any employees for this year.
Sundquist says the municipality will not have to enter phase 2 of his financial reconstruction plan now. A new poll suggests that more people are likely to wear a mask following President Trump's COVID-19 diagnosis. Roughly 21% of those polled say they're now more likely to wear that mask and maintain physical distance. For some people though, the news hasn't changed their behaviors or views. A roughly 77% returning that there's been no change in their likelihood to mask up or physical distance each other. 17% say they're more likely to trust the president to provide accurate information about the virus in the wake of his diagnosis as well. 23% report they are now less likely to trust what he says about the virus. Well, they've got masks and social distancing to contend with at school, or hours of staring at screen while learning from home. It's no wonder some kids are getting distracted. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither tells us ways to help keep your kiddos focused.
Whether kids are learning from home or back in the classroom, it's not a normal school year. If your student is distracted, help them by keeping a routine. Go to bed at the same time each night, and if they're virtual learning, plan meal times and brain breaks, and help them establish organization skills.
Helping your kids find ways to know what's coming so that they can expect what's happening and know what's going on in their day is really helpful.
Dr. Stephanie Walsh, Medical Director of Child Wellness at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, says talking to your kids about how things are going with school can help clear their heads and fuel their focus. If they're home, make sure you think about where your child is learning.
Are they sitting in the same space? Are they sitting in the same room that they watch television in? Because that can also be pretty distracting.
And finally, make time for fun, something kids can look forward to.
We talk a lot about how contagious COVID is, but remember that laughter is also pretty contagious. So if you can start finding the humor in things, finding the kindness in different aspects, and practicing some gratitude, that'll really help your kids stay focused on what's going on and schoolwork.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. Walsh says it's also important to realize that this is not a normal time for anyone. There will be good days and certainly bad. So expect that and be flexible. Well, Western New York's primary Doppler radar will be going offline for around a week while upgrades are in the works. Starting this Thursday, the 750,000 watt Doppler weather radar operated by the National Weather Service at the Buffalo Niagara International Airport will be offline. Like many information companies in the area, the radar is our primary way of getting and monitoring precipitation. Whether that's rain, snow, ice, or anything in between, we can see it from quite a distance. However, many of these radars are approaching 30 years and older and are in need of upgrade to keep them running in tip-top shape. Now, during the outage period, adjacent Doppler radars located in Cleveland, Ohio, State College, Pennsylvania, and Binghamton will provide some coverage for our area due to their overlapping beams. Well, certainly weather is always on the top of our mind, and we'll get a check of that forecast here in just a couple of seconds. But first, got to say hello to Charlie, Ed, Jamie, Raven, Jessica, Judy. Thanks so much for joining us today. Let us know what you're thinking about in the comments down below, and we hope you're having a great day out there. And, you know, Andrew, I think that's one of the biggest things is the tools that we all have here, and not just us, but other weather reporters from across the area. And without having that type of tool, do you think that's going to make it a little bit harder for weather forecasters? Or do you think that with the overlapping coverage, we'll be in good shape come this Thursday and into the next week?
Well, we should be in good shape because I think they picked the perfect time to fix the radar, because now that we're headed in past summer and into the winter season, we don't have to deal with any severe weather. So. Yeah. I don't know what we would do if we had severe weather. We would use Cleveland and other radars or the national radar picture, but it's more handy when you have the closest radar, because the farther you get away from the radar, then the picture becomes less clear, and
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Certainly, and you guys do such a great job with your forecast, so I don't expect anything less. And I think when you talk about the systems, it's just like any type of computer system, right? Everybody needs an update, that's for sure.
Until we can get the new fancy radars that are going to come out with it as soon as they get the money in the next decade or so.
Yeah, certainly.
But let's take a look at the forecast, and we're going to need some rain coming up. We're going to need some rain. It's been awfully dry out there. Somebody just lost my microphone there. Let me try that again. Get that back in there. We're going to need some, I went too far back. Lose your microphone and then you lose track of everything that's going on.
No, you're good, Andrew. You're good.
Let me get back to what I was saying. We're going to need some rain out there. We haven't had any rain in quite a while. Well, we had some rain, but not enough. The far western part of Western New York, we're still under the dry category. If you go outside, the grass is going to look dry and kind of brown out there. But once you get into central New York and central Pennsylvania, you get into the more dry conditions, moderate drought. We're going to need some rain, and we got some coming up, but not as much as we would like. Take a look at the chances of rain over the next few days. Today, no rain out there today. We're going to get a cold front. It's going to pass through the area tomorrow. It's going to bring in some scattered rain showers. We get into Thursday, we'll be left over with some lake effect rain showers, but as we head into the weekend, it pretty much dries up. So we're going to get some rain, but not enough to put a dent in the rain drought that we've been dealing with. Here's what you need to know. Plenty of sunshine out there today. It's going to be a perfect afternoon out there today. The showers will return tomorrow as a cold front approaches the area, but it will also be quite breezy out there. Seems like every October, always it gets windy out there, and we're going to get like that as we head into tomorrow. But we have a big warm-up coming by this weekend. If you missed the 70s are returning. The next weather maker, let's talk about those temperatures. Mid-60s today will drop off into upper 50s as we head into Thursday, but look at that. We're getting into the 70s, the low 70s by the time the weekend comes. Been looking forward to that after all this cool weather. How long is it going to last? I'll let you know. Take a look at the future look the rest of this afternoon. It's going to be pretty clear out there this afternoon. Nothing to write home about. But as we head into tonight and into tomorrow, we're going to get a cold front that's going to pass by the area. It's going to bring in some scattered rain showers, maybe a rumble or two of thunder as we head into tomorrow. But as we head into tomorrow night, that cold front will pass by the area, and we're going to be left with just some lake effect rain showers heading into Thursday. So some scattered showers tomorrow. Lake effect rain showers will be left over by Thursday. Take a look at the zone forecast. First, we'll start off near the lake shore. And most areas will be in the mid-upper 60s near the lake shore. Plenty of sunshine, 67 degrees in Harbor Creek, 68 degrees out there in Erie. As we take a look heading inland, it's going to be a little cooler inland, mid-60s out there. Plenty of sunshine to go around, just a little cooler as you head inland. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast brought to you by 42 degrees and sunny. Great day today, plenty of sunshine. We get some rain tomorrow, gusty winds out there tomorrow. We'll be cooler by the time we head into Thursday with a few leftover lake effect rain showers. And as we head into the weekend, that warm-up comes. Heat wave, 72 degrees on Saturday, 70 degrees on Sunday, but we cool down as we head into next week. Justin?
All right, you scared me there for a second, Andrew. You said lake effect. I'm like, what? Thankfully, it's just rain.
For now.
Thank you, sir. Here's a live look over Lakewood. Pretty busy down there at Walmart. Coming up next, an important recall notice if you recently shopped at our superstore. Stay with us. WNY News Now will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smokin' deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
Hi, I'm George Borrello, and I'm proud to serve as your senator for New York's 57th Senate District. In fact, in my first year, I've passed many pieces of legislation as well as helping people and businesses in these challenging times. From fighting for a safe, common-sense reopening of our state's economy during the COVID-19 pandemic to continuing the push for the repeal of the state's flawed criminal justice changes, which have made us all less safe, I am working hard for you every day as your state senator. Your vote will help me continue my mission to boost New York's economy, struggling from the COVID shutdown, and for small businesses not just to survive, but thrive. I will also continue to hold the government accountable by reviewing policies that led to the tragic nursing home deaths statewide. I'm proud to represent our beautifully diverse region, and I will be honored to have your vote on Tuesday, November 3rd, so that I can continue my work fighting for you. It's not about rhetoric, it's about results.
Paid for by Borrello for Senate.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Well, if you bought pre-cut packaged fruit recently, you better listen to this. Country fresh fruit sold at retailers in 9 states, including Walmart, is being voluntarily recalled due to the risk of listeria contamination. Country fresh packages include pre-cut apples, grapes, mangoes, pineapples, and cantaloupe. They have best buy dates of October 3rd to 11th. No one has gotten sick, but the U.S. Food and Drug Administration discovered listeria on equipment near where the products were packaged. The FDA says customers who have any of these recalled products should throw them away. Symptoms of listeria include high fever, headache, nausea, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. Untreated, it could be fatal. Well, Instagram says it's making a change to address online bullying. Tuesday, the social media platform announced it is testing automatically hiding potential offensive comments. Instagram plans to use artificial intelligence to identify them. The existing system will look up specifically for bullying and harassment language. The comments would then be hidden, similar to that are pulled off and being reported. Users can click View Hidden Comments to see the remarks. Instagram also warns that people who continuously post offensive comments could be at risk of having their accounts deleted. Well, listen to this. A new study finds that while your dog's excited to see you, it probably doesn't love the sight of your face. That's because they're not big on faces in general. Researchers in Hungary and Mexico did MRIs on the brains of 20 pet dogs and 30 people. Each show a series of videos of the front or back of a dog or a human head. They say the results show that dog brains are not hardwired to focus on faces. In fact, they didn't distinguish between the front or back of the head. Dog brains were focused on determining whether they were seeing another dog, a human, not a face. But the brains of people were focused on whether they were seeing a face. One of the researchers say that dogs are capable of recognizing people from just their faces, but others say that it appears it's just an informative grin to them. The study was published in the journal Neurology. Interesting. I wonder if dogs are hardwired to look at the other end of our body. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. We thank you so much for joining us here for WNY News Now. Good to see Bobby, Kayla, Lori, Cassie, and Katie as well. Thanks so much for joining us. Let us know, does your dog freak out when you come home? Mine does, and they love to see when their owners come home. Although, when I go visit my mom's dogs, which I've known for quite a long time, they're almost as excited as they are when my parents come home. So maybe they're just looking for somebody else. But nevertheless, always got to love our furry friends. Well, let's get a final check of our weather now. Forecaster Andrew Stevenson is in for Dakota today. And Andrew, you know, it's looking like a pretty nice day out there with lots of sun.
Pretty nice day out there today. Luckily, we're not in any snow yet, but it will be here eventually. Give it maybe a few more weeks and we'll see what happens. Yeah, for today, pretty nice day out there. 60, low to mid 60s out there. Plenty of sunshine to go around if you have any outdoor activities. Maybe you're going to take your dog for a walk out there. Nothing to be worried about. Plenty of sunshine. Mid 60s. A good afternoon out there. We get the rain and some wind tomorrow. But how about that warm up coming this weekend? Make it back to the 70s.
Yeah, I absolutely love it, Andrew. Thank you. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, we remind you when you're on the go, you can simply stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We'll leave you with this live look over downtown Jamestown. We're back tomorrow here at noon. Hope to see you then.